All right, what's up, everyone? It is January 5th. It's a Monday. We got no Monday Night Football today. That kind of sucks. We'll have it next week, though. So, start of the new year. I've taken a couple weeks off. Just holidays have been busy. We've been doing a lot with the product development here. So, a slow couple weeks. We'll get back into things with all these streams and all the content. You know, Monday and Thursday nights, I do this kind of stream where I go through looking for plus EV plays with you guys, answer questions. So if you're new here, feel free to ask questions about plus EV betting, sports in general, whatever you guys want. Always down for some conversations. And then Tuesday nights, which is the fun one I enjoy the most, is when we have, usually Sigma Squirrel on here, Jay's plays, and sometimes Math Wins joins for Tuesday nights at 8:30 Eastern time, where we kind of talk about industry news and whatever's going on in the industry. So I love that one because Sigma's kind of my news resource. So talking to him once a week is always nice. So it's been a couple weeks without that, and there's been a lot of industry news to talk about. Danny, what's going on, man? Thanks. It's good to be back. Feels good. I haven't been betting at all. When I say at all, I mean very little. It's funny. This is pretty much 3 full years of me betting, and the first probably 2.5 years, I went how many days that is, without missing a single day of sports betting for 1,000 days, probably almost. I did not miss a day of sports betting. And the past 2 months, I've probably missed 10 days. And it's really just been, I've learned how to develop some things. So I'm working on that. So a lot of my free time is not spent betting anymore. This business is kind of evolving a little bit. Things are getting more complicated. I'm trying to push more content. So I haven't really been able to bet as much as I've liked to, but accomplishing a lot of other things. I don't use Outlier at all anymore. I mean, we basically have built our own tools that do the same thing as Outlier. It's a solid tool. It was probably my other favorite plus EV tool, and I love that community. I love the guys over there that run the show on Outlier. So if you haven't checked out Outlier, I definitely recommend checking them out. It's a great tool. It's a plus EV tool, kind of very similar to what we got going on here. So this screen that I'm on now is going to be the new SharpMoney WAP. It's on WAP. It's going to be an app on WAP, which is really cool. This is going to basically give us the ability to add a ton of customization to the plays you guys already see. So it's going to be awesome. This is what the website looks like right now. This is what mobile is going to look like. I don't know if it focuses that good. Get all your plays. You'll have drop down arrows to see the line movement charts, where the sportsbook's odds are moving. So the mobile version was very important to us because so many of our members bet primarily on mobile, and I feel like it's hard to build a good mobile app, but I really like how ours looks right now. I am 99% betting on my phone, and the only times I really bet not on my phone is when I'm doing these live streams. Happy to be back, man. Yeah, these products are going to be insane. Like I said, a couple months ago, myself and Sigma had no idea how to develop, and we got this tech stack with AI and a bunch of other tools we use that we're building some crazy stuff very fast. So there's going to be some great products. Yeah, Danny noticed the fallback. I mean, I haven't even been posting on Picket. I mean, I was constant every day posting on Picket. Yeah, it's all for a better reason. Took a break myself to get back into it. Yeah, it's a good time. The holidays are so busy to take a break. But man, I'm so excited for this year. Yeah, so this is what we've been working on. I'll give you guys a quick little showing of it right here. Let's look at a line that might look good. So this is a first half under on Novig, 5% EV, under 118.5 plus 115. See Pinnacle odds dropped. They're coming up a little bit, but not much. We look at the Pinnacle's pricing here as well, which is the same thing as the chart. So it depends on whatever you want to look at. Every one of these data points are graphed, but you can also go to the line history to see each of those data points separately if you want to look at it that way. The other cool thing is, you can remove, this is only a Pinnacle line, but you can remove Pinnacle from it. You could remove the Pinnacle odds, whatever you want. So you can get a better, clearer picture. Other really cool thing is this market trend line. So this is telling you where the main lines of Circa Bookmaker and Pinnacle are. So even if they're not used in the DVIG, sometimes Pinnacle, Circa, Bookmaker don't have the same lines, but you do want to know where they sit for the first half. So we see overall movement. All these books were at over under 20.5, and they've dropped down to, Circa is sitting at over under 118.5. So there's movement towards the under. So when you see movement towards the under, that's the side you want to play. We do see Pinnacle raise their odds up a little bit and jump a half point up, but to me, that's not very worrisome here. The under 118.5 at plus 115 looks good, while Circa is sitting at 119 for minus 110. So this is definitely a good value play here. Under 118.5 plus 115 on Novig. One-click links. I don't know if all these links are going to work very well, but we got a 1K of liquidity. We'll just take. We'll go half a unit here. So cool. So that bet is placed. I will now hide the bet so it does not show back up anymore. Other cool thing I'm going to have so many, once this product is released, I'm going to have so many breakdowns of like filter settings and stuff, but you can do, Pinnacle limit if you want to see, pretty much the big plays here. Then you can look at that. Eagles money line, Packers minus 2.5. These are plays that I want to look at for sure. Let's keep the Pinnacle limit at 5K for now. Find some good plays. And you can also filter by minimum EV. You guys know me. I love my low EV plays on main markets. So I'm going to leave it right there. And you go main screen. I got to figure out a new... actually, the camera doesn't fit bad on this screen. So the one little bug that we have is this is obviously it's not picking up the total or first quarter. So this is a first quarter bet over 10.5 plus 123. The EV still makes sense. You see, that one, I'm just going to disappear that one. That one looks a little funky. So look at this Eagles money line though. Eagles versus 49ers. Bookmaker, and looks like Circa just opened up minus 220. All right, I think we're pulling the wrong history here. But I think this EV might be right still. Let's go look on Pinnacle Odds Dropper real quick. I think it's mixing up full game and first half stuff. So I think this might be Eagles first half for minus 144. Just going to look it up on POD. Eagles money line. It's getting steam. I think it's first half though. First half money line. Price we're looking for minus 144 on FanDuel. Actually, let's just click into the bet. It'll bring me to the right side of the bet. I think it could be first quarter money line, actually. Third quarter money line. That limit is that high. What do we have? We have 5K limits up. Third quarter money line is showing value, but I don't really love third quarter stuff, so we're going to avoid that one. We're working on the tagging, though. That'll be tagged more clear. Line moves so quick that half line for the Knicks Detroit. Did I bet that one, or is that just on the screen? Looks like Circa has this Packers Bears game. It's a pick 'em. What else do we see here? Let's see where the line movement is. So Pinnacle had -2.5. They moved from +118 to +116. So good movement that way. No history there. So really, it's a Pinnacle DVIG. We have very little movement from Pinnacle moving downwards from +118, +116. That is what we want to see. And I like the Packers in this game anyway, so I'm gonna get down a little bit here. I'll just take everything that's available at +129. I mean, there's a pretty big gap in the market here. Nothing below it, 7 cents below. So I'm taking Packers -2.5 +130 if you want to. You can go post that market if you want. Yeah, I got to look at the under that we grabbed. I also got a new computer. So right now my Picket is not linked to that, and I need to sign in with my phone number. So I'm not going to type that in right now. So I'm looking on my phone. Oh yeah, that first half that we grabbed when we first started the stream, we got it at -128, and FanDuel's at minus. Let's see how this focusing works. Not that good. We got it -128, and it's now -142. So yeah, first play of the stream was great. If you're depends on what you mean. Pro money side is going. The defining pro money is interesting, and I've had quite a bit of talks about this. But any line movement that a sharp book shows you, Pinnacle, Circa, Bookmaker, it's all sharp movement. It's pros hitting the line. If they have accounts profiled and they move their line based on how much money they're getting from them and what customers they're getting from. So if there's some person that shows up once a month, shows up to Vegas and hits Circa for $100,000 on their favorite home team, once a month, they're not going to that money means nothing because it's not sharp money. It's just a random bet. Now, if they have all these accounts flagged as profitable sports bettors, and they come in and 3 of these sharper accounts start hitting one side of the line, that's when they move. So I think I don't know what you mean by this, but a lot of time you see apps like Action Network. You see all these other apps where they're showing the sharp money. What they're really showing you is the betting splits between the money and the percent of bets. And that information only comes from retail books or non-sharp books. So that money is kind of irrelevant. So a lot of people think, if let's just say Pats Chargers this weekend, and this is just random numbers, but the Pats are taking, 20% of the slips, but 80% of the money. That would indicate that, there's sharp action coming on the Pats because it's a low amount of slips, but a big amount of money. Sometimes you see the lines move towards that money. Sometimes you see that line moves away from that money. And that's because that money is irrelevant. That is money that is being placed on retail sports books because they're the only ones that make that data public. So there's really no one moves their lines based on public betting. Yes, there are sharp accounts on FanDuel, on MGM that might signal something early, but it's not worth looking at. And if he's referring to liquidity based on from the exchanges, I think that is something that we will definitely include soon, just to see where the full liquidity is, not only on the exchanges but also Polymarket and Kalshi, which have even more liquidity than the exchanges. So we do have filters for. I'll show you all the sportsbook that we're going to offer, by the way, while we're up here. So we have Circa, FanDuel, DraftKings, MGM, Caesars, Fanatics, The Score, Bet Rivers, which is just a Kambi book. So, I guess the Hard Rock, Bally Bet, they're all Kambi books. So same odds there, but those are your regulated US books. Then we have the exchanges like Novig, ProfitX, Sports Trade, SX Bet. And we have the prediction markets, Kalshi and Polymarket. I don't have those linked up yet, but yes, we can find value on prediction markets. We have a couple of the sweepstakes books and, the offshores like Bovada, Bet Online, Bet 105, and things like that. But especially this year when these prediction markets and exchanges are growing, understanding liquidity is definitely important. And we'll talk about that a lot more this year for sure. And we'll also be building products around it. So yes, for launch, we won't have liquidity, but it'll be there for sure. All right, from experience, Polymarket and Kalshi seem to pull up a lot of liquidity for some games, but it's hard to tell if it's just manipulation of the market because they are kind of different than exchanges. The prices are different. Yeah, so one thing I find difficult with Polymarket and Kalshi is their 1 cent ticks. Like you could only buy something at 49 cents or 50 cents. When it comes to like American odds, and especially these exchanges which are using precise American odds, which are decimal places of American odds, which are already pretty damn precise, is like the difference between a line being 45 cents and 46 cents is quite a big difference. It's like multiple cents in American odds. So it's harder for those lines to be tighter. But I don't know if there's manipulation going on. Like I said, I haven't dove into it too much, but just my experience is that you can get much closer to fair values on the exchanges right now because of the American odds format, and maybe the prediction markets will grow into that, especially because they're starting to look more and more like sports books every single day, and sports books are launching prediction markets. So actually, I know Fanatics and DraftKings have prediction markets, and they are showing everything in American odds. So I bet you can. I haven't used them yet. DraftKings. If anyone's used the sports books prediction markets yet, can you post the price at American odds? I'm assuming so. Because that's the one tough thing. Like I said, if there's a 1 cent gap in between lines, it sounds like nothing, but it is like sometimes 10 cents of American odds value there. And as EV bettors, if something's off a penny or two, we don't touch it. So, but I'm also curious too, and we'll probably add this too, is just like using the exchanges or the prediction markets as your DVIG book. Like right now, it's like everything is circa Bookmaker Pinnacle, which we pick off the retail books, no problem, and make good money like that. But I think there'll be some opportunity to use the prediction markets as your DVIG book or point of reference, as long as there's liquidity backing both sides, and then find outliers to their numbers. So this is going to be stuff that I've learned how to back test stuff like this, so I could build something that if there's this much liquidity on one side of the market and we place this bet on FanDuel, track this over the course of time and see what the record would be in our ROI, and from there we can make pretty good judgment calls. It's just right now it's time for me. I mean, I got so much to do and not enough time. They're not sports books. Even though Kalshi wants you to think it is. Yeah, they play a weird game where they advertise as sports books but say they're not. Yeah, so the problem here, you said you haven't, but have seen that DraftKings has a prediction market. The thing is, the prediction markets are only available in the states that the regulated sports books aren't. So if you have access to DraftKings, the retail sports book, you won't have access to the prediction market as of now. Hopefully in the future they expand into the states that they're regulated in, but they do not want to piss off the state regulators because they have warned the sports books to not enter the prediction market space, and they basically said, okay, we're going to enter it, but we're not going to enter it in the states that were regulated. To be honest, I don't see what power the state has over them in terms of revoking their license. I mean, Massachusetts isn't going to go tell FanDuel or DraftKings to pound sand if they release a prediction market in their state because it's so much income for them. I just don't know. Prize Picks has a prediction market as well. I think like Coinbase does. I mean, every single company that has anything to do with gambling is turning into a prediction market. No more gambling. It's all smart predictions, even if you're betting 10-leg parlays on Kalshi. All right, let's see what we got here. This is let's raise these filters up. Let's see some. Let's keep it at 5K. All right. Oregon money line. I already bet that. I still like it. Oregon money line plus 169 on Novig. I mean, ideally, what you want to see is, if you've been a SharpMoney member, these are the types of charts you're used to seeing, just a little bit more condensed on Discord. But what you like to see is the pinnacle limit go up and then the pinnacle odds drop. So what that indicates is that there's sharp money or sharp action waiting for a higher limit to get their bet down. So for example, we see Pinnacle go from, they're accepting $7,500 per wager. They bump up to $10,000 per wager. That's when Pinnacle will see a lot of action because bettors are waiting to hit their number. So if we see Pinnacle drop from here, right now they're at plus 151. If you see Pinnacle drop even further, this is a very, very good play. But overall, I mean, we're condensed with Circa, Bookmaker, and Pinnacle all hanging around this plus 152 number, and we can get plus 169 on Novig. I mean, I definitely would grab it for sure. How do you guys feel about the NFL playoffs? Who do we think has a chance? I put my money down on, I took the Packers. They're like 20-1. I put some decent money on them. I also took the Bills. I'm a Patriots fan, so I'm really hoping that bet lose, but I'm gonna take the Bills as well. AFC just is not that great. Don't really believe in the Jags too much or the Broncos. But yeah, I got money on, my biggest bets are Packers and the Bills, and then I have a little bit more on the Rams as well. Some Eagles in there. I didn't take anything on the Eagles, but you can't. Pats look good this year. Yeah, I mean, they look great. We've had, I said, the whole thing is that we've had an easy schedule, but we're winning the game, so we'll see. We looked good against the Bills. This will be the first playoff game I've ever gone to for any sport, actually. I'm going to Pats Chargers. It's going to be fun. It's 8 o'clock for me, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Stadium's like an hour and a half away. Tons of traffic. It's gonna be a long Sunday for me. Probably go in. I got season tickets with 3 of my other friends, so we'll probably go grab some dinner, grab a couple drinks before the game, hang out for a couple hours, and then go into the game and pray that we win. I'm gonna be nervous as hell. But yeah, the ride, I'm not going to get home until like 2 in the morning, probably. It's going to be, what do you call it, a 4-hour game. I don't know. The commercials are probably extra long during playoffs. I don't know how that goes, but 8 o'clock probably don't start till 8:20, 4 hours. Yeah, I'll be like over at midnight. I'll be home at 2 o'clock probably, maybe later. Damn, that sucks. I'm someone that goes to bed before like 10 o'clock every night, so. Got a basement spot for me. What's that mean? I don't know the reference. Basement, low seats, maybe. I don't know. Speaking of seats, yeah, our seats are 300 level. We are up there. I've sat in 100 sections, and I honestly like the 300 section the best at Gillette. Like, you just see the whole field, and the plays develop so well. So Bills minus 1.5 here. This looks like a full game. Bills minus 1.5. Looks like Circa just opened up today at 4 o'clock. At minus 110. Oh, we just lost that. Hopefully it didn't disappear. I think it just reloaded it. Okay. Circa opened up minus 110 for the Bills, minus 1.5, and we can get it at plus money right now. So, I mean, you can do that DVIG in your head. Minus 110 is plus 100 fair value. We're getting 105. Pinnacle sits at minus 104. Bookmaker sits at minus 109. I'm playing it. Bills minus 1.5 plus 105. Get over $1,000 of liquidity there. Novig is great for that. Oh, he said, are you next to the stadium? I like this one. New England will surprise people in the playoffs. I love that. I think they're not a team you want to go up against. Like, they're the team that could beat anyone for sure, but they also scare me on a day-to-day basis. But they're just one of the teams that have the talent. I mean, it's really they have the quarterback, right? You have the quarterback, and anything can happen. All right, what line are we talking about here? Nick's under shown value. Bulls. Might have went away. Detroit next game. See an over on Novig. Let's look at it while we're here. Or we get a full game spread here, 20K limits as well. All right, so this is a play that I don't want to play. So this is pretty much the opposite logic of what we see. I was on FanDuel. All right, I might have missed it. So this is the play we don't want to see. We don't want to see odds moving upwards the whole day. We definitely don't want to see a limit increase and odds continue to go up. So this is what I'm not touching, even though it's a 1% edge at the current market. The market is moving the wrong way, so it's something I lay off of. See, the points have been going up too. Raptors minus 3.5. Seems like there's a refresh problem that kicks me down. But Raptors minus 3.5. You see all the books had it earlier in the day, and now they've moved up to minus 2.5. So basically indicating they're less likely to cover. They're getting less points. Oh, are you talking about this third quarter total? I'm just laying off third quarter bets, but I mean, we can look at the movement. It's just a bookmaker DVIG. Movement's pretty flat, actually, so I don't see too much movement in that game. Fourth quarter spread. San Fran versus the Eagles. Is this a little bit of upward movement here? Oh, this must be first half money line. It's reading it wrong because I think this is full game right here. Chargers money line. I think I'm just look, and they're getting priced a little bit. Pinnacle is 170. Circa is 170. I'm not going to touch this. It's against my Pats. It's only 10K limits. These playoff game limits are probably, you can see the Pinnacle limits right here. The playoff limits are probably going to get to each game, say maybe $250,000, honestly. A typical primetime NFL game, I think, is usually like 100 to 200 maybe. Did not talk about when this is launching. We keep feeling like this is the week, and then we find some little thing to fix, and then it pushes us back a couple days. But I'll say we are days days or weeks away instead of months away or a month away. I'll tell you that much. So our absolute last date we would want to actually launch this thing is end of January, but we're hoping to be like testing within a bigger group in the next week or so. And then after that week of testing, let it go. Suns money line. It's third quarter money line. We'll also have, right now our filter settings are not done, but we'll have settings so you don't have to see, like, I'm not a big fan of betting first quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter bets. So we'll have those filters in there as well, which I don't have right now. So yeah, so this is on WAP. So this is finally, back out of here. So like, this is my, the SharpMoney WAP screen, but essentially what it is once you buy the access, you'll have this tab on the side. So when you buy it on WAP, instead of having to connect your Discord, you'll just be able to click on this page. You get the SharpMoney odds screen, which we were showing earlier, which has, all the lines from the books for the games. You'll get access to that. You'll get access to the Plus EV page, and we're gonna fill these products up down below this. But yeah, it's on the WAP page. So no more connecting your Discord. We're not going to kill the Discord. The bots are still going to run. The community is great there. So I hope this app only enhances the community aspect of it on WAP. On Discord, which I think it will. It's going to bring in a lot of new people, I think. Then also there's a WAP app, which we talked about. So I showed this earlier in the screen, but so you have your WAP app, which is the same EV page with all your bets, one-click links, drop downs to see your charts and things like that. So personally, I think I won't be using the Discord bots once this launches, but I know there's a lot of people that like to bet and like kind of talk at the same time. So we'll see. We are planning on launching this for the same as our Discord bot, $50 a month. This will probably get bumped up in the future. But for the first couple months or so, we're going to keep it at the same as the Discord bots. You'll get access to the Discord bots as well. And we're going to keep it the same price. But most likely what we're going to do is take on a lot of people at 50, kind of get the early people in there, and then we'll grandfather those prices in, just like we've always done with our Discord products. But I think it'll definitely be the cheapest Plus EV product in the market that will have this much information, I believe. So I believe that will be priced very, very well for our members. Oregon money line just staring me in the face, but I already bet it. Raptors, Panthers plus 9.5. We had 20K limits here. Pinnacle plus 108, plus 1, moved to plus 106. So you're getting 10 cents better to Pinnacle. If we look at the main lines, everyone's at 10 even. Circa has 10. Bookmaker has 10. Pinnacle has 10 as their main lines. So we're taking half a point less, giving up 16 cents or getting 16 cents more to the fair value of the main line. But we all know that moving from 9.5 to 10 is worth a lot. So I'm not touching that right now. All right, guys, I think that's going to be it for me tonight. Thank you guys all for stopping in. Tomorrow night at 8:30, we'll have the rest of the Sharp Money guys on. We'll be doing some industry news. We'll be talking about what's been going on with us. So I can't use Novig. Damn, that sucks. All right, see you guys tomorrow night. If not, also Thursday night, I'll be streaming as well. So, all right, have a good week, guys. See ya.